a 14,500-ton marble colossus, structural equilibrium collapsing by millimeters, driving a medieval monument toward critical failure. The Tower of Pisa stands at a dangerous 5.5-degree lean, putting its gravitational center on the absolute edge. Engineers from across the globe faced an impossible ultimate challenge: pulling back a monument without shattering its structural integrity. For over 8 centuries, this masonry shell hollow cylinder design has fought a silent battle against subsoil load stress. The architectural foundation penetrates a depth of only 3 meters, an engineering error committed on highly soft alluvial clay. Beneath the monument lies a complex geology divided into 3 highly distinct marine clay strata with uneven compaction rates. Strata B contains soft, plastically deforming marine clay that has compressed unevenly between the north and south foundations. This asymmetric soil deformation triggered an escalating rotation, magnifying the structural shear stress of the limestone core. The interior masonry rubble core remains loose and highly brittle, trapped between 2 rigid marble-facing walls. Local compressive stress at the south masonry base reached 4.8 megapascals, threatening immediate structural fragmentation. Spalling on the outer marble columns signaled that the structural load capacity had reached its material failure point. Conventional hydraulic jacking was instantly ruled out. Point-loaded pressure would explode the delicate medieval masonry work. The local water table fluctuates with seasons, changing pore water pressure and making the subsoil act like liquid. Any unmonitored subsoil excavation would instantly accelerate the downward rotation, causing a catastrophic collapse of the structure. The technical solution required an unprecedented combination of counterweight physics, soil extraction, and structural post-tensioning reinforcement. Phase 1 required structural stabilization of the lower masonry before any deep subsoil intervention could safely begin. Engineers designed a post-tensioned concrete ring wrapped directly around the fragile stone masonry of the first story. Heavy-duty steel cables inside the concrete ring were hydraulically tensioned to exert a continuous inward compressive force. This specialized wrapping system effectively prevented the ancient mortar from expanding horizontally under extreme dead load stress. Simultaneously, a temporary anchoring framework was deployed to provide a critical mechanical safety net during excavation work. 2 massive high-tensile steel cables with a diameter of exactly 103 millimeters were carefully prepared. These heavy steel cables were attached securely to the second story of the monument using specialized fabric slings. The massive cables extended 100 meters northward across the open piazza to massive concrete anchoring blocks. Large hydraulic winches connected to the cables kept a constant tension, preventing any sudden southward lurching movement. With the structural safety nets firmly in place, the primary engineering intervention moved deep into the subsoil. To counteract the severe tilting moment, engineers decided to apply a massive physical force to the north foundation. A temporary counterweight system consisting of 118 high-density solid lead ingots was fabricated. These massive lead blocks, totaling 870 tons, were stacked directly on the northern foundation edge. The immense localized weight exerted a downward force, compressing the north side clay to arrest further southward tilt. However, this massive weight addition was only a stabilizing measure, not a permanent cure for the deforming strata. Before attempting deep soil removal, a highly volatile subsurface variable had to be entirely frozen into absolute immobility. The flowing water table directly beneath the foundation presented a constant threat of catastrophic structural washout. Engineers implemented an extreme cryogenic ground freezing process to temporarily isolate the critical subterranean workspace. A complex network of double-walled copper pipes was carefully driven into the soft alluvial clay matrix. Liquid nitrogen, chilled to a freezing -196 degrees Celsius, was continuously pumped underground. The intense thermal energy extraction froze the interstitial water, transforming soft mud into a solid ice wall. This rigid cryogenic barrier effectively sealed off the groundwater influx, creating a fully stabilized excavation zone. However, as the ice expanded, it generated unexpected structural frost heave, altering the delicate foundation level. Microsensors immediately detected a minute upward displacement, forcing engineers to modify the chemical refrigeration cycle. The localized ground freezing technique proved that the subsoil mechanics could be chemically and thermally manipulated. With the water table safely controlled, the definitive structural solution could finally commence on site, under excavation. The ultimate objective was not to lift the heavy south side, but to gently lower the north side. This elegant method allowed the immense gravitational force of the tower to safely execute its own correction. A specialized drilling assembly consisting of 41 inclined core extraction machines was precisely positioned. Each industrial drill was aligned at an exact 30-degree downward angle relative to the northern foundation ring. Automated laser-guided systems were integrated into each drill assembly to maintain a continuous trajectory check. The operational tolerance allowed for less than 1 millimeter of deviation along the entire drilling path. As the drills activated, the specialized augers slowly penetrated the tough silt and clay layers. The mechanical extraction rate was strictly controlled to avoid generating sudden structural shock waves underground. Each machine extracted a tiny cylindrical core of soil, leaving a network of micro-voids. These intentional subsoil cavities were designed to close slowly under the monument's immense structural weight. The overarching goal was to induce a highly controlled, localized settlement on the north side. This microscopic subsidence would gently guide the center of gravity back toward the geometric center. But removing soil beneath an unstable 14,000-ton tower carried an extreme engineering risk. If the clay collapsed too quickly, the monument would experience an irreversible asymmetric lurch southward. Therefore, the extraction process was metered down to just fractions of a cubic meter daily. A real-time telemetry network was established across the historical site to monitor structural behavior. Over 600 high-precision sensors continuously scanned the structural joints and ancient stone masonry. Electronic tilt meters measured any rotational movement to an accuracy of 1/100th of an arcsecond. Every single data packet was instantly routed to a centralized mainframe computing array on site. If any sensor indicated anomalous movement, an automated emergency script would instantly lock the hydraulic winches. The processing system utilized finite element analysis models to predict soil deformation behavior ahead of time. This allowed the engineering team to visualize subsoil stress shifts hours before they materialized physically. To ensure absolute precision, soil extraction was conducted within strict, pre-calculated geographical sectors. The 41 drill entry points were divided into specific zones, targeting the firmest silty clay pockets. Engineers closely tracked the mass of clay removed from each individual borehole down to the gram. The first phase of under-excavation aimed to test the real-world geological response of the foundation. Only 7 targeted drills were activated during the initial trial run to minimize structural risk. As the drills extracted the first 7 test cores, the site fell into deep engineering silence. For several days, the telemetry data showed zero immediate movement in the tower's stone axis. Then, the microsensors recorded a minute, highly controlled stabilization trend on the northern edge. The tower responded exactly as the mathematical structural simulations had predicted, settling slightly northward. This success authorized the engineering team to ramp up the process to full operational scale. All 41 drilling rigs were brought online, initiating the critical mass material extraction sequence. Day and night, the automated augers worked smoothly beneath the heavy historical masonry foundation. The systematic extraction process slowly created 38 cubic meters of carefully distributed empty space. By late 2000, the northern clay strata began to naturally compress into the targeted microvoids. The historic monument started reacting with a highly controlled, backward rotational settlement toward the north. The continuous downward lurching southward was entirely stopped, marking a definitive victory for soil mechanics. Measurements confirmed the monument had safely decreased its critical lean by exactly half a degree. This microscopic angular correction pulled the upper tower structure back by 44 centimeters. The dramatic physical movement successfully relocated the center of gravity well within safe structural limits. This half-degree modification relieved the extreme compressive stress concentration on the south face masonry. The local pressure dropped far below the dangerous material failure threshold of 4.8 megapascals. With the structural tilt stabilized, the engineering team prepared for the critical high-stakes extraction phase. The temporary counterweight system of heavy lead ingots had to be meticulously disassembled on site. Removing 870 tons too fast could trigger a violent elastic rebound of the clay. The lead removal sequence was executed in highly structured increments over several tense weeks. Heavy cranes carefully hoisted individual blocks away while the telemetry network tracked structural response. The underlying clay matrix absorbed the structural load shift smoothly, maintaining absolute equilibrium. With the massive lead counterweights entirely removed, the next phase aimed to slowly decouple the temporary anchoring framework. The tension within the two parallel 103 mm steel cables was gradually dialed back. Hydraulic winch controllers executed precise load reductions, transferring structural independence fully back to the masonry. Over several days, the thick cables relaxed completely, hanging loosely without any active tensile force. Specialized rigging crews uncoupled the heavy shackles from the fabric slings wrapped around the second story. The monumental structure stood entirely under its own power for the first time in over a decade. To prevent future groundwater fluctuations from disrupting the foundation, a permanent stabilization project began. Engineers installed an expansive subsurface drainage network deep around the northern perimeter of the piazza. A series of automated drainage wells was drilled down into the upper sand and clay strata. These specialized wells targeted the pore water pressure, maintaining it at a highly constant, calculated level. Any excess rainfall water was automatically pumped away before it could soften the underlying clay matrix. This advanced hydrological control system created a dry, predictable subsoil environment for the tower base. The ancient marble monument was finally structurally insulated from the erratic shifting of nature. The final stage of the Grand Stabilization Master Plan focused on preserving the internal structural core. The microfractures within the lower limestone walls required an intensive, non-destructive materials intervention. Specialized ultra-low-pressure grouting systems were connected directly to the internal structural voids. A custom-formulated cementitious grout matrix was slowly injected into the ancient crumbling core. The highly fluid structural compound completely crystallized within the masonry, restoring unified load-bearing strength. Every millimeter of the structural repair work was validated using non-destructive ultrasonic testing methods. High-frequency sound waves traveled through the repaired marble pillars to confirm absolute density. The 10-year Grand Engineering Rescue mission completely halted the tower's fatal descent toward destruction. By mathematically and mechanically manipulating subsoil stress, engineers successfully rewrote the laws of structural degradation.
While famously known for its unintended tilt, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is also a masterpiece of medieval engineering, attracting visitors from across the globe.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa was safely secured for at least another 300 years of stability. The monument stands today as a profound testament to the power of precise, calculation-driven engineering interventions. The complex structural safety net was slowly cleared away, exposing the pristine marble column facade once more.
Good afternoon from the Piazza dei Miracoli, where the famous Leaning Tower continues to draw in millions of tourists every year. Experts are still...
By manipulating subsoil stress instead of applying brute physical force, human engineering achieved an impossible equilibrium. Through precise calculations, advanced telemetry systems, and material science, a global structural crisis was completely averted.
And so the tower continues its slow lean into the evening sun, a testament to enduring history. This is Eleanor reporting from Pisa.